Hey guys, this is Will from EmpoweredTraders.com. Today I'll be doing a weekly update on the cryptocurrency market. And as you guys can see here, we have Bitcoin against the US dollar. Since the sell-off in May, we saw here Bitcoin plummeted by roughly 50%. And since then, we hadn't actually been trading in this narrow range. And of course, we finally had a first breakout in July 30th. We got rejected, as you guys can see here, had a 4-day sell off. And we saw another attempt for another breakout, as you guys can see here, on August 6th, which was successful. And since then, the market has been really excited. People are saying the mid-cycle, the summer low is over. Crypto to 100, Bitcoin to 100K, Bitcoin to 200K. So a lot of people are definitely excited. There are reasons to be excited. For one, you guys can clearly see here for the first time. Actually, it happened 3 days ago on Friday, but for the first time, actually no, let me take it back. Actually, the first time we were above the 200 moving average was actually August 9th. But you can clearly see right now on the daily chart, we are holding the 200 moving average as we are ending this week. So we're closing this week for the first time, guys, above the 200 moving average. Quite impressive. And secondly, if you look at on the weekly chart, the 20 week moving average, as you guys can clearly see, for the first time in months, for the first time since early May, we are going to close above the 20 week moving average. Also significant. So we have these two signals that are very encouraging, guys. So that's a great sign. And of course, you should definitely be excited. But also, we are just in beginnings, right? Like I said, this is the first week. We're closing above the 20 week, as well as the first week we're going to close above the 200 moving average. So, what do I think is going to happen next? And of course, this is highly speculative, but I do see a few potential scenarios that could happen in the coming weeks. Firstly, I think we're gonna there's a high chance I believe we're gonna test the 20 week, either the 20 week or the 200 moving average in the coming weeks. So I think one scenario is we'll zoom up to roughly 50,000, maybe a little bit higher, and then we will come back down, test the 20 week, which I think by then would probably be, by September, will probably be around 45,000 or 44,500. That would be the first scenario. A second scenario is we'll just, zoom off, right? We'll just shoot up and maybe we'll see another retest. It's 50,000, sorry, 64,000, but a second scenario is we just shoot off, just shoot up, just zoom. And the third scenario, which I think is the least unpopular, but I think it's still something that everybody should consider, is we'll actually break below the 20 week as well as the 200 moving average, and we'll come down to test this level here, which was once a major resistance level, right, guys? 40,000 was a huge resistance level, which we failed to break for a really long time. So that 40,000, which was once resistance, can actually, well, now is actually support. So we could come back down to this level before resuming off. And the fourth, and I think the least probable scenario, is we'll break 40,000. That's the last. That's the last scenario I potentially see. And again, this is I think unlikely, right? There's a lot of support levels we're gonna have to break. 20 week, 200 moving average, as well as this critical 40,000 level here to break it down. But who knows? Maybe we'll see a wick down to those levels. There, you never know what's going to really happen, to be honest, with the markets. Anyways, let's take a look at Ethereum. Let me get rid of all this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. We'll start from the beginning. So as you guys can see here, we've been trading this just like Bitcoin. Ethereum's been trading this narrow range also between 1,700 and 2,900. So obviously we finally had a breakout. I think exactly on the same data as Bitcoin. Let's go back. Bitcoin has its first breakout here on July 30th, but it had a true breakout, which had a follow through, which occurred on August 6th. And if I'm not correct, that's also true. Yes, also true on Ethereum as well on August 6th. As you can see, then we had a touch here. Really important. We saw a touch there. And then we pretty much resumed off. We continue to make higher highs, which is great to see. And actually, if you look closely, this actually looks like a channel, guys. Um, and let's go here. Of course, we're looking at the hourly chart, so not something to not to take too seriously. But as you can see here, we're trading in this. Looks like a channel, pretty on point. We could come back down, test this level here, and resume off, maybe a bit lower to test this green level here, and then resume off. Again, like how Bitcoin, sorry, how 40,000 was a major level for Bitcoin. 2,900 or 3,000 is going to be a major level for Ethereum. Something I wanted to talk about really quickly is the US dollar. Um, US dollar could be having a breakout. It's still hard to say. It's not really falling through that much. Still kind of like consolidating. Nothing is really happening. So, let's see what happens. But if US dollar does manage to come back, that might not be good for Bitcoin, and that might cause price to fall a bit. And just for you guys who don't follow the market closely, we do have Jackson Hole coming up on August 26th, and we also have the Fed meeting coming up, I think on, yep, September 21st, the 22nd. So in the next 2 months, there's this risk that the US dollar could go up higher, whether they start tapering, whether they just sound a bit more hawkish. That could really, kickstart the speculation, and we'll see a breakout move. But again, this is all speculation, right, guys? But you have to consider all the possibilities, and that is definitely one possibility that is probable, has a decent amount of probability that you definitely have to consider. Um, what else here? Yeah, let's look at Bitcoin against, sorry, Ethereum against Bitcoin. As you guys can see here, I've showed this chart for many months, for quite a few weeks now, but it is really important because what's happening is that Ethereum has been holding up really well against Bitcoin these past few months. I expected honestly Ethereum to come all the way down here, at least test this yellow line here. Yes, it did during the sell-off, but I didn't expect it to hold up this well, to be honest. And one of the reasons for that is because um, when price sells off, usually it's Bitcoin that holds up the best. And when the cycle starts to kickstart again, when the second half of the cycle kickstarts, usually Bitcoin, just like at how the cycle starts, Bitcoin usually leads the way first. And you clearly see here the Bitwise 20 is top 20 crypto index. As you can see here, this is what constitutes the Bitwise 20. And you can clearly see here, right? Bitcoin outperforms, and then altcoin roughly around 6 months later, 5 to 6 months later, then starts outperforming Bitcoin. And as the second half of the cycle starts, I do believe that if Bitcoin will start outperforming all the other coins, including Ethereum. And if you look in the past, that has happened many times in the past. You don't have to look far. Even on the last one, you see here, August, guys. You see that in August, we saw the ratios going down there. We saw another one here. See July onwards. You can see here July onwards. Boom, huge sell-off. Here also, see September onwards. Huge sell-off also. And another one here also. Starting at the end of September, you see here huge sell-off. So Q3, or roughly the end of end of Q2, end of Q3 to Q4 has historically been really, really bad periods for Ethereum. So I think there's a high probability that this will happen again. Whether this will maybe test this level, break this level, go all the way down here is to be seen. I do think it's unlikely that we'll go all the way down to test this bottom end of the channel. I think it's more likely we'll come test this level. I think it's very likely we'll test this level here. Whether we'll break it, I don't know. And yeah, I mean, a lot of this is, of course, speculation, but but just like I showed you guys just earlier, this has happened many multiple times throughout Ethereum's history. So definitely keep an eye on Ethereum, especially its evaluation against Bitcoin. Anyway, guys, if you guys do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.